I did it again. I did it again. Damn it, I did it again. Ah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I am talking now. I did this last time I live streamed as well. I was talking for ages and then people were like, Maddie, are you talking? I'm like, shit. Sorry. Oh no. I screwed up already. Thank you for telling me though. Ah. It's not Mary's fault because if Mary is perfect, she can't do anything wrong in her mind. Her mic settings would be the best mic settings ever. She wouldn't have herself muted.
People need to hear my beautiful, wonderful voice.
God. But she's best to blame though. She is best scapegoat. Oh, come on. Oh, wow. The line work in this piece is so feathery. It's not even funny. I hate it. Okay. Easy fixed. What's going on in here? This doesn't even connect. Yeah, she's not a goat, but yeah. It doesn't have to connect, but whatever. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Charles B asked, did you ever ship or any MLP or film characters to get? No, I'm not into that. Sorry, I'm kind of a boring person when it comes to like shipping characters together. I don't have the imagination for that sort of thing. Oops, darn it. Supportive of canon relationships, like if they're like unless they're toxic, of course, but like I don't really ship. Is that weird that I don't do that? Because it seems like everybody and their mum does that stuff, and I'm like, ugh. I mean, I did have a joke in my K-pop Demon Hunters video that I was gonna do, but it was kind of spoilery, so I decided against it. But it was basically just gonna be like two characters that share a few seconds of a video of a moment in a movie together, and I'm just like, now kiss. I'm like, no, we're not doing that, because unless there's like an analytical reason for it, then fine. But I don't know. I'm just glad, like Luke Alfred said, I'm just glad that my K-pop Demon Hunters video finally got up. So I did appeal it, but I decided, you know what, I really want this video out, so I'm just going to slap a really ugly filter over all the footage and see if that gets it through. And it did. Because I'm like, I could be waiting up to 30 days for this video to be released, and I'm like, no, I want this video out. I was almost tempted to put it up without monetizing it, because I just wanted to get it out there. Now, I've done that before. I mean, there was one of my Hasman Hotel videos. One of them was almost an hour long, and it got slapped with so many visual claims, and I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna put it up and not monetize it, because I didn't really want to make money off of that video anyway. So, not that I make a lot of money I on my YouTube, I really don't. But like, YouTube's not my main job, so YouTube is definitely more the hobby. Art is my job. I do YouTube on the side. So, and right now I'm building up my own bestiary. So, like, if I wanted to make proper, like, fully rendered artworks with these kind of characters, I would do that. I've done a few mythical dogs. I mean, I do pet portraits as a job, so right now I'm just drawing my own version of the. Oh goodness, what are you called? I've forgotten which one this is. Darn it. Okay. I did a whole sheet of 3 dogs. Black Shook. Now, if anybody here knows anything about British folklore or UK folklore, there's the mythologies and folklore in the UK often get muddied together because we are an island nation. So, a lot of the mythical creatures, like in various lore, each. Oh, good lord! Start again. 4 countries in the UK: Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, and Wales. And we're going to include the rest of Ireland in that as well. So technically, there's 5. Not going to get going down the political road here. I'm just talking about mythological folklore and stuff like that. Because we are an island nation, including Ireland in it, even though it's not part of the same landmass, the folklore and mythology get muddied together as a result. So therefore, there's certain mythological creatures that can be seen in folklore in Scottish mythology, Irish, Welsh, and English. And so there's the Gwilgi from Welsh mythology, and then the Black Shook, which is also from Welsh mythology, and then the Barkist, which is from English mythology. And they're all black dogs. So, and they're all like to do with somehow to do with the other life or the other world or death, etc., etc. So it's kind of a close idea to Cerberus or Winmere. I think that's how you say the name, but the Yola Turin. But if you want me to draw that, I am open for commissions. I've never heard of that before. I don't know what mythology that is from. I'm guessing by the spelling it's Germanic, but I hate assuming that, but let's see. Icelandic. Okay. All right. I was way off. But yeah, I'm not taking requests in my streams, but if you want to commission me to draw something like that, I am open for commissions. You can find my price lists, links to that in the description below. If it's not there, then you can contact me on Instagram and my Twitter. Child eating Christmas monster. It's kind of like the Krampus. Ooh, Zool would be a good one to draw. Yeah, Zool from Ghostbusters. So, I'm just looking this up right now. Who is Zool in real mythology? Oh, it's from Mesopotamia. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Okay. That would be a good one to do. Zool, a minion of the god known as Gozer, was worshipped as a demigod by the Sumerians, Mesopotamians, and Hittites in 6000 BC. Okay. They never had either of the demon dogs in the real Ghostbusters show. Did they not? Huh. Interesting to know that. Okay. So this is the Black Shook. I want to show you some of the other ref sheets I've done for creatures. Well, this isn't Wilgie, but Um, okay, never mind. Let me open the actual files themselves. That'll be easier. Gwilgi. Gwilgi is... Where are you? There you are. Open. I used this guy in the thumbnail for the live stream, but this is Gwilgi, and he is from Welsh mythology. Gwilgi is a frightful mythical Welsh spectral dog appearing as a huge mastiff or black wolf with baleful breath and blazing red eyes. It's considered a harbinger of death, a guardian of the otherworld. It's very much a neutral character. Most mythical monsters are neutral because they're animals, so therefore I don't consider them evil. An animal can't be evil. It can be dangerous, but it can't be evil. In my brain. Unless it has an intelligence level where it's able to talk, and then therefore then it can have an alignment other than neutral. You know, I haven't watched the Ghostbusters movies in years, and like, I grew up in a very strict religious household, and ironically, even though secular content was out of the question, for some reason, the first Ghostbusters movie we were allowed to watch with adult supervision, and they had already watched it before they showed it to us. And that was the last time I watched it. I hadn't watched it since then. I remember liking it though. And I watched the cartoon a lot. Ooh. Have I read the Mambinogion? No, I haven't. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but no, I have not read that. If I'm perfectly honest, I don't know an awful lot about Welsh folklore other than some of the creatures from it. This is my way of educating myself on the very topic. Here we go. Toban Spirit Guide. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a fictional encyclopedia from Ghostbusters. Okay. I'm not looking at that fictional. It's, well, even Mythical is technically fictional, but you know what I mean? It's folklore and mythology is not on the same branch as written fiction in my brain. So I'm trying to avoid that. There's a fine line between the two, but yeah. Because a lot of fictional creatures are based on creatures from mythology. Good lord, what is going on with the spacing? Every time it sets it back to 25% instead of 1%. Then I end up with this weird jitteriness. That's why the line works so weird. I'm going to just use the magic magnet tool because this is going to take forever. Damn it. Okay, let's start that again. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be faster. I don't like using these tools, but digital art, there's not much difference between digital art and traditional. It's just that it's faster and there's no mess. I've had that conversation quite a few times at conventions when I'm vending, because I have a mix of traditional art and digital. And was next to someone that had mainly like all of their stuff was digital, but they did it to look like it was watercolor. And they were worried that like they were kind of lying. And I was like, well, no, you're not lying. It's clear that it's digital. So, but if people mistake it for traditional, that doesn't necessarily mean you're lying. It means that they don't have a trained eye. That's all. And as long as you correct them on that, then I don't think it's lying. Thanks for dropping by, Luke Alford. All right. I'm surprised that for a Saturday, I mean, I'm an old woman, I'm old and boring, so I've got nothing better to do with my time than sit and draw at my computer, but surely everyone else has better things to do than watch me draw. So, something fun happened just before I started to live stream, if like people watch my Twitter. I posted a drawing for the mascot for the new Norse Horse Con. I think it's the Brony convention that's happening in Denmark. I posted a drawing of their mascot, Norse Horse. Yes, hi Blissy. And Tabitha St. Germain of all people liked the drawing, and I'm like, I'm trying not to be one of those fans, right? I'm trying not to be, oh my god, Senpai noticed me, kind of thing. But I failed miserably. Because I'm like, I think this is the first time that she's liked a tweet of mine. And so that's kind of cool. I mean, I post on her stuff quite regularly. She makes beautiful art, by the way, guys. She upcycles. I'm like, dude. Like, her stuff is incredible. Anyway. Blissy, I hope you're feeling better, my lovely. Huggies. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate that. Have you ever drawn Cerberus from the Disney Hercules before? I have. I've painted him. Let me show you. Oh my goodness. Fever is down for now, still coughing up a lung, but I live. Yes. Yes, I'm glad that you live. I like that. Okay. I remember when we were on vacation together and like when you got sick and I made you chicken soup. And yeah, I like that I was able to look after you. I don't like it when a friend says, I'm sick, and I'm like, no, I can't help you, you live too far away. How dare you be sick when you're not in close vicinity to me? Proximity, even. Bleh, I can't talk. Cerberus, that's what I'm looking for. Hi, I'm ADD. Okay. Okay, so I drew this. Let's open this. I painted Cerberus. This is, I like to think that the Disney Hercules Cerberus is based on a cane corso. So if I was to draw my own version, it would probably be based on a cane corso as well. But this is the gelled scarf design. I basically emulated that design straight onto canvas. Got a few prints of them. When I vend at conventions, which I do regularly these days, there's prints of this available. If I have another one this weekend at Greensboro in North Carolina, and I applied to do oh goodness, uh, a local um, craft fair, not expecting to get in. But on the same day I applied, I got in. So I'm like, huh. And it's a 2-day craft fair that's literally right down the street from where I live. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. So we'll see how that goes. We've got a lot of like hand painted keychains and coasters and bookmarks and stuff, and original paintings as well as prints and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited that I'm like branching out to do craft fairs and stuff. I made a point in my last live stream that yeah, I know a lot of people know that I am part of the TF2 Analysis Anarchy series, and I love being a part of that. However, when I'm live streaming on my own channel, TF2 Analysis is not my project, therefore there's a lot of questions I get asked about the series I can't answer, so I try to veer the conversation away from TF2 Analysis Anarchy, so I'd appreciate it if people would veer away from that topic as well. I appreciate that you support it, and we love being a part of it, and love that fans enjoy it still after working on it for so long. But let's stay on topic, please, so that we're talking about the content that I make on my own channel. If you want to know about TF2 stuff, talk to the people that actually make it. So I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Like, I'm not part of the production crew, I'm not part of the writing crew, I just provide voices and that's it. I don't know anything other than that. Sorry. If you're here for TF2 Analysis Anarchy stuff, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place. You would go to Dr. Will's channel, or Joel Scorcher's channel, or maybe Blissy's channel. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we painted Cerberus. TF2 might be where some people know me. Well, I literally just said that. Like, I know most people will know me from that. I understand, but I'm just trying to tell people, trying to say, let's focus on my content, not someone else's. Okay. I mean, it happens without fail every time I live stream. TF2 comes up, so yeah, I understand that, but yeah. Anyway, we painted Cerberus, so I would do my own version at some point so that it's not Gerald Scarf's version from the movie. There's lots of different versions, but I do think I would still do it as King Corso, like he did. So I would still like to keep it inspired by, because Gerald Scarf is had a very big influence on my art style. So yeah. Anyway, okay. How familiar are you with Kingdom Hearts? Not very. So, goodness. I think I played the first game, or maybe the second one. I can't remember which one I played, but I didn't complete it. I remember it's not because I'm bad at gaming, but because my game glitched out when you're fighting Ursula. I don't know if it's in the first game or second game, but when she goes big and one of the eyes glitched out, and that was really uncanny, really disturbing, and I couldn't play the game anymore. The game was broken. So, yeah. Oh boy. It's not an easy game, and I don't think it's my kind of game either. So, in spite of it having Disney characters in it, it was so repetitive. You were just doing the same thing over and over and over again, unlocking new powers and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. So, it's a grinding game, and it's just not my thing. Did you like Little Mermaid 2? Okay, so I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am not a fan of Tara Strong. Mainly because of her stance on AI generated imagery. And, you know, you can't be against AI generated audio, like, for voice work and then be okay with AI generated imagery. That's a contradiction. That's hypocritical. And to this day, she has not apologized or understood why people were so mad. You would think with someone that is so well known within the industry, she would know better, but no. So that goes without saying. I'm sure she's a wonderful person, but I just, I don't agree with a lot of the views that she has. So that being said, she is a wonderful voice actress. She is very talented. I like a lot of the stuff that she's been in. Little Mermaid 2 is a movie that I feel is very similar to a lot of the Disney sequels. They kind of take the story of the original, slap it onto the offspring of the main characters of the previous movie, and just change things around a little. And Little Mermaid 2 was like, oh, she's human, but she wants to be a mermaid. So I'm like, okay, so it's just reverse. And then Ursula suddenly has a sister. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense because, like, it's not canon in the movie, but it's like canon in the development of the movie that Ursula and Triton are siblings. And that's how she was, like, exiled. And there's a whole, like, a lot of it is fan theory, guys, but there is some canonical stuff behind it. It just wasn't canonical in the movie. The behind the scenes stuff does confirm it, but anyway. I don't like it when sequels just invent new characters, like, oh, this is the main character's long lost cousin, sister, wife, roommate, whatever. I'm like, come on. It's lazy writing. That's what it is. It's lazy writing. And yeah, I have a lot of negative things to say about the movie, but the animation is really good. I really like the animation, and I liked the I liked Melody. She was an interesting character. Awkward young teenager, just on the cusp of womanhood. I liked that aspect. Like, it wasn't like, oh, she's the same age as Ariel was in the first movie. No, she's like 12 years old or something. I'm like, okay, I can get behind this. So it wasn't like I was watching the movie over and over again like I did with a lot of other Disney sequels back in the day. That wasn't really on the cards for me, because, like, growing up, like, secular content was out the window, so I did not watch Disney movies much at all unless my parents gave me permission to do so. Little Mermaid was out the window because there was quote-unquote witchcraft in it, so we weren't allowed to watch that because witches are of the devil, apparently. So yeah, so I don't have the same nostalgia that a lot of people have for these movies, which is unfortunate. On saying that, I love analyzing the hell out of these movies. I made a really long video about the third Ariel movie. And I did something really silly one time where we were on vacation and we were having a quiz night, and one of the questions was like, what is the name of Ariel's mother? And Blissy, who's in the chat, turned to me and said, you just made a video about that. And I was sitting drawing and not really wanting to be part of the conversation because I was worried that my brain would think the right thing, but it would come out the wrong name, and then the person doing the quiz would lose. So I was like, please don't ask me. No, please don't. Leave me alone. Are any of the live action remakes worth watching? Live action remakes. The 101 Dalmatians live action remake is really good. The Cinderella one's a good one. I did not like the Beauty and the Beast one. Alice in Wonderland. They're good. I have not seen the Snow White remake. I have no intention of seeing that one either. I hated the Maleficent movies with a passion. Hated them. As I said in my video about House of Villains. Yeah. I was almost ready to, like, when I was watching the movie in the theater, I was raging. I was raging at that movie. I was so mad. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to colouring this guy in. So we are going to... Oh, they still got some cuts happening here. Okay. The Andy Serkis Mowgli movie is bloody fantastic. That is one of my favourite movies based on the Jungle Book. It is bloody brilliant. One of the best things that Andy Serkis has done outside of Lord of the Rings movies. Absolutely fantastic. My mother called me one time and I was asking her what like she had read or watched, and she said, "Oh, I watched a really good adaptation of the Jungle Book, but it was like motion cap." I'm like, "Dude, that's by Andy Serkis." And she was like, "What, the Gollum guy?" Like, yes. It's brilliant. So she loved it. That's her favorite thing right now. So that's kind of cute. So she's kind of re-educating herself on a lot of movies like that she wasn't able to watch, so now she can because she actually has permission to do so. So yeah. But she always asks me, it's like, is it okay to watch? Is this movie good? Do you like this? And I'm like, yeah, you might not like it though. There might be a lot of like violence and stuff in it. So it's kind of become the reverse now. Like growing up, there was stuff that I had to ask permission to watch, and now she's kind of asking me. So oh goodness. Hi, Cosmo and Spyra. How's everything? Everything is copacetic right now, but I may be living in ignorance. Yeah. Yeah, I do prefer to keep the chat PG-13 where possible. So I prefer it if people avoid profanities and using Lord's name in vain, etc., etc. But it's just like personal preference. That's all. This is a nice Christian live stream. I'm kidding. What's being drawn at the moment? I hopped in late. We are drawing the black. Oh goodness. Where are you? No. This is dog. Come on. Windows Explorer has been very slow. Come on. I really need to get another external hard drive. This is... Why are you going so slow? Seriously. Like, why? Let's try that again. I posted, the thing I'm looking for, I posted on Patreon. My Windows Explorer is not working. Come on. Okay, fine. I might have to restart it. Nope. Okay. It's not even showing that it's running. That's how bad it is. Why is Spotify running? I don't need that. Okay. No, not Explorer. Not Windows Not Internet Explorer. It's not the browser. Okay. Why are you still not loading? Ugh. Cancel. Sorry, guys. No, not the browser. Windows Explorer is in your filing system. Not browser. Some mythical dogs are frightening omens, others are good puppers. No, you're good because like Windows Explorer, people think Internet Explorer. This happened before. Oh my god, why? I just want to show them a thing. Why? Restart. I mean, Blissey, you would be shocked to see my filing system. It's ridiculous. It's so bad. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, now it's working. Dog. Black Shook. That's what its name. Black Shook. If memory serves, it's another one from Welsh folklore. Black Shook. Black Shook. No, this is from English folklore. It's from East Anglia. So, my bad. But yeah, they are kind of all based on the same idea. Like I said earlier when I started the stream, a lot of like folklore and mythology in an island nation like the UK, a lot of the mythology gets muddied together over the years. That's why a lot of mythical creatures from Scottish mythology and Irish mythology have such similarities. And there's a common argument over what creatures from what mythology. Selkie, Kelpie, you know, all that kind of stuff. I had an argument with my dad about the Kelpies and Selkies. He was like, oh, but the Selkies are from Scottish folklore. I'm like, no, they're Irish. And he's like, no, if you read it, it's Scottish. I'm like, no, Dad, if you read it, if you do look it up, it is Irish. And yeah, that was an awkward conversation. But yeah. They do get married together. Thoughts on Finrear and how he's represented in God of War. He's a good boy. I do hope to draw Finrear at some point, but we're sticking with folklore from the UK right now. I did draw Lampon from Greek mythology, which is not a dog, that's a horse, but I was in the mood to draw horses that day, so yeah. Let's see. I haven't played the game, but I've watched Let's Plays of it, and that when the wolf appeared, I'm like, yes, that's how to do it. Let's bring this back. There we go. Favorite K-pop Demon Hunters song? Golden. I said that in my review for it that I posted a couple of days ago. Golden's my favorite song. I'm so glad that my friends convinced me to give that maybe a chance. I just wrote it off. I feel so bad about that. That video's doing really good though. Quite happy with that. Oh, I've heard of Shock, the Hellhound of Legend. Supposedly seeing him 3 times in a graveyard means you're doomed. I think you might mean I don't know which hellhound that is. Shook. Oh, Black Shook, like, it's actually spelled S-H-U-C-K. That is, the Black Shook is what I'm drawing right now. Yeah, that is one of the things they do say about... It's actually the Kusith, if you hear their howl 3 times. Not necessarily in a graveyard, but just anywhere in general. That means you're doomed. The Kusith is the fey dog from Scottish folklore. So, I think, it's like I said, a lot of them get muddied together. But I think the one you're thinking of is actually the Kusith. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong, because, again, these things, like, I think they marry into each other. Like, you can't be, a lot of books are admittedly inaccurate, but, I mean, because they are written by humans, but information is always ever an evolving thing. So, yeah. How much money do you have, and may I have some, please? I am an artist, a full-time artist for a living. That will probably answer your question as to how much money I have. In other words, if you're coming in here to ask for money, you're in the wrong place. As if I would divulge how much money I have to complete stranger online during a live stream. Pfft. No, it wasn't worth a try. Get rid of this guy, please. I have no patience for beggars. Like, no. Good lord. Okay. You see it all on these live streams. Good lord. So I am all for charity. I am all for supporting people who are living in poverty, etc., etc. But I don't like lazy people. So yeah. No, it wasn't a joke. They were genuinely asking for money, and I'm like, okay, well, you were probably trolling anyway, so whatever. God damn. Wow. Woo, art stream. Yes, art stream. Art stream. Art stream. Art stream. What? Yes, art stream. Okay. Wow. It's like, I will happily support charities. I will happily give someone that's living on the street a drink and a sandwich if it's in my capacity to do so and it's safe to do so, then I will. But I don't like it when people come up to me and ask me for money. I'm like, nope, not happening. Be generous. Generosity doesn't have to do with money. I mean, it can, but I don't give people I don't know, or organizations I don't know enough about money. I don't do that. I like to do my research. I like to know where, like, because I have a Christian background, their whole thing about what you sow is what you reap, and the whole thing about spreading seed on infertile soil, etc., etc. And it basically translates into like a modern lesson of like, don't throw your money at organizations that you don't know anything about. Like, because there are a lot of scammers out there. You need to be careful with where you're putting your money, like for security reasons as well. But yeah, I'm just very careful about that kind of stuff. Question for either Lightning Bliss or Mad Munchkin, but I've recently gotten back into crafting and drawing and was wondering if there was any tips for wanting to start commissions. Well, let's see. I started doing commissions way back. Wow, that was when I was at college. This was before I even started doing conventions. 2000 and, oh goodness, when did I graduate college? A long time ago. And I actually initially started making artwork for people for free, but limiting the number of that. And that was when I was doing like pet portraits or OC designs, etc. And that was mainly to build up my portfolio and just not really drawing for exposure, but like just saying I'm just really interested in branching out away from drawing what I'm used to. It's getting out of my comfort zone. And once I saw that the number of slots I had available for that were full, then I decided, right, it's time to start charging. So back when I first started, I would charge peanuts, right? And I'm talking like $10, $20, $30 per drawing. And, you know, then I started learning about, like, some of these drawings would take me hours. So if you're working on something and you're barely getting paid like $10 and you're working on it for 5 hours, that's nothing. $10 barely buys you a sandwich, a cup of coffee, and like a muffin from Starbucks, right? So, you know, you've got to consider, what is the hourly rate on average? What is the minimum wage for the country you live in? How long does it take you to do a certain thing? How much do you think an hour of your time is worth? And apply that to your commission prices. So, like, on average, for my commission pieces, like, I would ask for about just over $20 an hour. So I could get like a flat colored sketch commission. I can do them in a couple of hours, so I just ask for 40. That is the cheapest option I have on my commission price list. But if you're just starting out, I highly recommend building up your portfolio first, because quite a lot of times I've seen artists start advertising for commissions and they don't have a body of work to show examples of the art they do, therefore they're not going to get custom. I literally had someone that was trying to get commission orders and their commission price list was just a list of items they did with the price next to it, no image example. And I was encouraging them, look, you need to have images as examples. And they said, oh, I don't have that. I'm like, why not? And they were like, because I don't have much drawings. And I'm like, well, how do you expect people to order stuff from you if they don't know what your art looks like? That's a bit like going to a restaurant and like the menu doesn't show the picture of the food you're ordering. Not all restaurants have that. Obviously, I'm talking like you know, fast food places. You know, they have pictures of the food you're ordering beside the description. Obviously, not everyone their first language is not English, so having an image there instead of having to read in a language you can't read, or even people that are illiterate, you need to have the image there. It's also just like, you need to have not a gimmick, but like a distinctive style that people remember you for. People are often not going to remember your name, they're going to remember your style more, unless you're an ultra high profile famous artist, you know. But oh my goodness, recently gotten back into crafting and drawing, so I'm going to assume that you do have a body of work. But if you're starting commissions, so on a practical standpoint, when you're getting a commission order, gotta rebuild my drawings and have bracelets I show off and people see a crocheted item I've made before. Thank you for the tips on it. Currently doing stuff with crochet and sketch doodles. So another thing I'll advise people on for doing commissions, like, when you're getting paid online, like people will use Venmo or PayPal, etc., etc. And what a lot of artists I know still do, and it scares me that some people still do this, they will just get people to send them money, right? And that is very dangerous for tracking in case anything goes wrong. It's also a bad idea to do it that way for tax reasons. If you're going to take payment for doing anything, it needs to be invoiced. So you send the client an invoice with a description of what they're ordering along with the price, and then they pay for that up front. Or 50% when they place the order and 50% when it's done. I don't do that anymore because too many people were screwing me over not paying the final half. But please, 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 please put security and practicality at the top priority of when you're doing commission orders. Invoices will save your life if anything goes wrong during the commission process, and also people are less likely to charge back when you're doing invoices. It's impossible to charge back an invoice, and all of the cancellations, etc., can only happen on your end, not the client's end. So you have more control. The taxman will thank you for all that kind of stuff. So I hope that helps. I am definitely not like an expert by any means. I've done it a long time, but I'm still learning, and there is a lot involved. It's not just making the art. There's a whole bunch of stuff because you have to do your own promotion, you have to do your portfolio, you have to do all of your social media stuff. That's to do with promotion, I know, but you have to like keep the wheel going. You have to keep the momentum going, posting almost every day, like, yeah, don't open for commissions all the time. I try to do it like I open for 1 month and then close for a month. I do it that way so then I'm not overworked. I mean, I do vend at conventions a lot, so that takes up a lot of my time these days. These days I'm doing conventions more than anything else. So it's very rare for me to actually be doing commissions. Excuse me. Mythical dogs makes me think of Dr. Wolf for some reason. If people know Dr. Wolf's backstory, technically speaking, Dr. Wolf is a mythical dog, but in the MLP canon. But you can look into that yourselves. He has a very interesting backstory. He has his backstory as an audio book on his channel. I illustrated the thumbnail for it. I think it's if memory serves, it's called Tales of an Equestrian Wolf. I think that's what it's called. I may want to do commissions someday, so good to hear some of your business experience. Something to consider for the future. Yes. I'm doing good, thank you for asking. Pretzel 2. Have you ever seen Spooky Buddies as Halloween... What? Have you ever seen Spooky Buddies as... Well, I don't understand the question. Sorry. Okay, I need to stop and get something to drink because I've been talking a lot and I don't have a drink beside me, and I'm trying to fight off a possible cold, or it might be allergies, but yeah, so I might go and grab a drink at some point. Oh, there's still time for things to be screwed up. But I appreciate the support nonetheless. Tired from work, but doing mostly okay. Was miserable after work today as it rained and I had to go outside to serve food to customers. Ugh. Yeah, going outside in the rain sucks. Sorry. I mean, I'm from a country where it rains all the time, so I'm kind of used to it. But the rain, I don't know where you live, but I live in North Carolina now. And when it rains, it's really muggy. It's like being in a greenhouse if it was raining, and it's just gross. I don't like it. So, yeah. Graveyard shifts. Ugh. Yeah, I used to do graveyard shifts back when I worked retail. Hated it. Did I do graveyard shifts when I worked retail? Or was that something else? I have had so many jobs over the years, I can't remember. But I did work the graveyard shift. No, it wasn't graveyard shift. You know what it was? It was that I was working in a retail place from like 2 till 10 p.m. and then again 6 a.m. till 2 the next day. So it technically wasn't graveyard shift, but I was working late and then working early. Legally, you're supposed to have 11 hours between each shift if it's longer than 8 hours. And so they were taking the piss. So I quit that job quite fast. Because I was like, wait a second, why am I doing this? This isn't right. And they're like, oh, we don't have the staff. And I'm like, well, I don't have the time. So see you later. Okay, so we lock you now. Okay. So this should be black. Okay. He was described as having one eye like a cyclops, but I didn't really like the idea of drawing that as a dog, so I thought, right, I'll give him normal eyes, but imply that he can't see with them. So then he's got a third eye. And I think that gives him more of a mystical look. That's a bit too much. Whiteness highlight. It's a bit too much. How's that? Oh, that's much better. Okay. You have to start with... Been to Scotland once, so I understand, and I live in a very dry climate. Okay. That's fair. I don't live in Scotland anymore. I live in North Carolina now, but yeah, I moved 4 years ago. It's surprising that a lot of people don't know that, even though I posted videos about the topic, but you know, YouTube algorithm sucks, so pff. And it was also like, oh, the video's not about MLP, therefore people won't care. That seems to be the thing that happens on my channel. It's not about ponies, therefore I don't care. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, he might be blind in them, or he's not blind. He can see out of the red eye. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to decide what color the inner ear should be. Probably something like this. Let's see if this works. It's a bit too light. Let's bring that down a little bit. Much better. Okay. We're going to try and make these streams a weekly thing. Ads keep popping up for you anytime I ask a question and you read it. Nothing I can do about that. I've got to make my revenue somehow, I'm afraid. Sorry. What was your question though? Have I seen spooky buddies at Halloween coming up? I don't know what that is. Yeah. For commissions, do you have a set rate or is it entirely dependent on what we commission? It's entirely dependent on what you commission. I have base prices for each option I have. I've got flat color sketch, shaded sketch, texture drawing, and then fully rendered background piece. And each one has a base cost. So I go 40, 80, 100, 200. And then there's additional cost depending on how detailed the commission is. And additional characters also add on to the price as well. I do sometimes do 50% off commission orders. I usually do them through the summer or sometimes at the new year. But yeah, it does depend on what you order. So in other words, like if you wanted like a human character flat color sketch, that would be $40. It would be the same if it was like a horse or a dog or an anthro character. That it would be that base price. But if you're adding props or if they're wearing armor or if they've got weapons or whatever like that, then I will add on some prices because obviously I need to be paid for my time. So that's why I have a base cost, and then if I think, oh, that's going to take me some time to get right, so then, yeah. I try to keep the additional cost as low as possible. But you can check out my prices on my Twitter. And if you have any questions about that, you can PM me on there, or I'm on Instagram as well. I'm only taking commission orders via Twitter and Instagram. I do take commission orders via my email address as well for people that don't use social media. That's very rare though that that happens. Okay. For me, I mean, it's okay. I'm not upset. I'm just saying I'm having the most amazing luck, and the last time it happened was when I asked about commission tips. I mean, you can. The live streams are uploaded after they're done, so you can rewatch them after that. But yeah, I can't do anything about that. I don't decide when the ads happen. I mean, I could, but like that only I can only do that in a video. I can't do that in a live stream. I have no control over when YouTube decides to slap a YouTube ad. Sorry. Ad blocker is a thing. YouTube Premium is also a thing. I use YouTube Premium because I can't stand adverts. So, yeah, it drives me insane. Like listening or watching YouTube and then an ad starts. I'm like, oh, come on. So I have YouTube Premium now. So I've had that for a few years and I won't ever go back. I hate that I'm giving YouTube money for that, but I'd rather just pay to do without the stress of adverts popping up every 3 minutes. Remember the animated movie with the wolves and Cromwell? Do you mean wolf walkers? From Cartoon Saloon? Is that what you're talking about? Towards the plan, keep making money. You deserve the money for your hard work. I like the new icon. Think it's called of Mary holding you on her shoulder, by the way. Thank you that you like the drawing. It's not an icon. It's just an image of my characters that I have overlaid while I live stream on OBS. That's all it is. It's just so that I've got my character on screen somewhere. It's for branding purposes. Yeah, but Charles B, do you mean wolfwalkers? Excuse me. That's the only movie I can think of that's got wolves and Cromwell in it. Unless there's something else, I have no idea. Who's my favorite movie dog? Oh no, oh. Charlie B. Barkin from All Dogs Go to Heaven. We're gonna have to draw Charlie at some point, aren't we? Angel dog. I mean, he's a German Shepherd, so of course I'm gonna like. That's one of my favorite breeds. I would love a German Shepherd one day. Right now, I have a Golden Retriever Great Pyrenees mix, and his name is George. He is my husband's service animal, and he's wonderful. Anyway. Ever seen the All Dogs sequels? I've seen the second one. I know that there's a TV series. I didn't know there was a third sequel. The sequel annoyed me. Especially near the end, because it's like the little boy goes inside and says, I'm going to adopt both of you, and comes outside with bowls that already have their names on them. I'm like, come on! What? So dumb. Doug from Up. Bronx from... Oh, Bronx would be a good one, yeah. Okay. Do we want... Yes, he's gonna have eyeliner, I think. Yes, he is. Okay. Another Christmas Carol thing. Oh, goodness. I think I have seen that. Oh. That's with Carface, right? But even though I thought he was dragged to hell in the second movie or something. I don't know. I really don't know. These movies kind of blend together a bit for me. Carface is the Scrooge of the story. Okay. But yeah, out of all movie dogs, Charlie's my favorite. Now I'm looking around my office just to make sure. Is there any other dogs from movies that I like? That's from animation. From live action? Beethoven. Gotta love my Mastiff breeds. Scoodle? Never heard of a Scoodle before. Poodle and Scottish Terrier mix. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so there... I don't think there's much else I need to do before starting the shading. Okay. Oh, let's see. What should I use for this shadows? Let's go with a warm purple. Delivery driver. Yes. You would encounter a lot of dogs with that job. Like, we work with a lot of dogs as well because we have a service dog, so we go to a lot of like training classes for them, so we meet a lot of other dogs during that process. Or when we're out with him, like when you have a dog with you, everyone wants to talk to you, especially when they're service. Everyone wants to talk to you. So yeah, it's wonderful, but it can be socially draining at the same time. When you're just like, I just want to like go about my day, you know? I named my Scoodle dog Max after the dog from Dr. Seuss' How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yeah, he was a good boy. Okay, so I think he'll need dark under there. Max is a very good boy. Like, I know people have probably pointed this out before, but like, you watch The Grinch and he talks about how like all of the trash that, like, everyone throws their presents into the trash. All the trash goes to him. So where did Max come from? How did Grinch end up with Max? Was he an unwanted puppy given to someone for Christmas? You know, like. It's kind of sad, isn't it? How does this work? How? Okay, so I think I need to do this. The majority of people love dogs. You would think that, but a lot of people that are allergic won't. And some people genuinely do not like animals. We had a custodian in our complex that did not like animals at all. And that we had, when he worked for our complex, that was when we had a Great Pyrenees. And he was terrified of our dog. I mean, to be fair, a Great Pyrenees is a massive dog. They're one of the biggest dog breeds you can get. So people being scared of him was very understandable. But this person wasn't just scared of Odin. He was scared of all animals. He just did not like animals at all. So sadly, yeah, there are people that do not like dogs. But there's also, like, you don't know their story. They might have been bitten by a dog, they might have been attacked by a dog, they might have, you know, had a dog at some point and had a very traumatic experience. You don't know. So when someone is afraid of a dog, I just give them space. I don't say, oh, but he's friendly or anything like that. I just said, okay, I'll cross to the other side, or I'll just wait here, you know. I'll just wait until you're past. It's common courtesy. I love, like, common courtesy is very important to me. Oh my goodness. There. Oh. Nope, it's still not. Come on. Stop doing the thing. Thank you. Okay. Rather be a vampire or a werewolf? Werewolf. I'm replaying Skyrim again, and I'm playing the Game of the Year edition. And you have to choose between being a vampire or a werewolf, and I chose werewolf. I don't actually use the werewolf powers all that much, to be honest with you, but I just prefer the concept of werewolf to vampire. Can't really explain why. I just do. It's just weird. Okay, so we do this shape. Follow the shape of the fur. Okay, there we go. Thank you, past me, for drawing the fur texture. Okay, that works. So now I've got to just... Ah! Well, you know what? Clipping masks are a thing. There we go. Jesus. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. I need to go get some water. I'm clearly dehydrated. But before I do... No, I live in America, but thank you. Good evening from America. Yes, I'm in America as well. I live there now. I want to pet all puppy dogs. Okay, so we have a service dog, and the general public cannot pet service animals. And I know that everyone, like, you know, everyone's friendly, you know, everyone wants to, you see a fluffy, cute dog, you want to pet them. Common courtesy is you ask the owner first, every time. That's whether they're a service dog or not. You always ask, because it's just common decency. But in my personal experience, sadly, not everyone, like, we have to say no because he's a service dog, but not everyone takes no for an answer very well. And yeah, we have had a couple of people get really pissy with us. Be like, oh, but he's so cute, please. And we're like, no. It's like, oh, yes, of course you can pet him. You are the one, like, exception to the rule. You are the 1%. You know? No. No, sadly, no. As much as we would love, like, we know that George loves people. And, like, when he's not vested, I'm okay with other people petting him. But when he is, obviously he's working, so you don't. Why am I getting a message notification on Twitter when there's nothing there? Ugh, okay. Whatever. I don't know why it's doing that. But, yeah. When did I move? Like in 2021, I posted several videos about it. Thank you, YouTube algorithm. If it's not about ponies, nobody cares. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most people are very respectful, but we have had a few really bad encounters, so yeah. Or if they say, like, they ask to pet the dog, we say no, and they say, oh, it's okay, I have dogs, and then go and pet the service dog anyway. And we're like, no. So, yeah. Anyway. Whoops. But it's my baby. You can't pet the baby. He's working. Maybe one day people at conventions will get to meet George if my hubby is with me for a convention. Like outside of state. He's usually with me when we're doing conventions in North Carolina. But because we did Mad Monster Expo, Charlotte Comic Con, we did Heroes Con. We're doing craft fairs in November. We're doing a Salute to Veterans in November as well. We don't have any conventions in October, but turns out that might be a good thing because frankly I need a break. Yeah. Ever drawn Maddie and the other character? I forgot her name. How could you forget her name? How could you forget Mary? How dare. I have drawn them as dogs before, but that was years ago. So the drawing I have is not very good. I'm going to be right back. I am going to grab a drink. Stay hydrated, people. Yes. Frostbite, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to remove your mod privileges. Okay. Mary's the crazy one. They're both crazy. Just in different ways. Okay. Mary's soup. So I grabbed soda. I really should have grabbed water, but it was the only thing chilled in my fridge. Because soda does nothing to quench your thirst. It doesn't hydrate you at all, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Staying hydrated is important, but I don't live on just soda, so okay. Let's see. I like there's a few people that have stopped by in the live stream. I appreciate that because I know people have far more important, more interesting things to do than hang out in a live stream watching me doodle. and make mistakes. But, you know, whatever. I'm glad that people are here, is what I'm trying to say. I appreciate people coming to show support. Kind of screwed up with the shadow on that back leg. Put it on the wrong side. It should be on this side. Because I'm like, wait a second, that's not how light works. No, don't compliment me. Don't listen to him. He's mad. He's crazy. Well, I'm mad. It's in my name. No, don't listen to him. No, ignore. Ah. Summiting Grapevine Peak in Death Valley. Ooh, okay. It was a challenge for me to join any kind of live stream at all, so I dared myself to try one of Silver Quills a few years ago because I'm still kind of shy and worried what people will think of me. Aw. Well, if you're nervous about watching live streams, Silver is one of the best people to start with. He has this knack of making people feel instantly at ease. At least in my personal experience. He's a very good friend of mine. One of the best. I've been friends with him since 2014, 15? 14, 15, something like that. Really sweet guy. How is the roasted pigeon? The pigeon, as in Silver Quill, is, as far as I know, doing good. He is someone that wears his, like, he is very sensitive in the sense of what's happening in the real world right now. But apart from that, I think he's doing good. Hello there, Maddie. How's your day going so far? I'm a friend of Fiora. Ah! Hello, welcome to the live stream. I hope Fiora is doing well and also that you're doing well too. Joining in on one of yours was a challenge for me too. Well, to be fair, I'm a lot more blunt and like I'm not as approachable as Silver Quill is. I will fully admit that. I can be very intimidating for people. So I have a I can be very aggressive, and I completely understand that. It's something I'm working on. So yeah, but I'm happy you're here. And I'm happy that you're enjoying the stream. Deadpool fan, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Staying out of trouble? Staying in trouble? You know, wherever. Trying to decide what color the lighting should be. I'm going to make it yellow, I think. Excuse me. Well, some people, yeah, like, I'm brutally honest, and I have a short temper. As people saw earlier when someone was in here begging for money, I'm like, I don't put up with that bullcrap. Nope. If someone's in genuine trouble, then I'm like, okay, I'll help you out. But you don't pop into someone's live stream and say, hey, how much money do you have and can I have some? I'm like, piss off. Come on. Who does that? Anyway. Did you ever draw Finmere? I haven't drawn Finmere yet. I plan to, but I want to finish the mythical dogs of British folklore first. I think this is the second last one. I've got this one and then I've got Omen of Death to do. Barghest. And he's going to be similar to this one except feral. So he's going to have a chain on him. And to be fair, like, a lot of them should have chains on them, but I don't right now. Should I get the soft brush? Yes. Okay, soft brush. He's going to have a bit of a... Ooh, that's... I don't like that. Let's bring that down. Ah, much better. Yeah, okay. Can't stay, but the pessimist in me thinks we might be the worst possible timeline. The optimist is afraid that they're right. I'm not one to discuss current events in my streams, so we're going to stick a pin in that. But all I will say is... stay safe, put your shopping cart away, wear your seatbelt, don't use your mobile phone while driving, all that wonderful stuff. And the world would be a better place if people didn't look at their mobile phones while driving. Wash your hands, that's also important. Save your work is also important, which I have not done yet. Black shark. Alright. Did you ever watch the real Ghostbusters? If you did you watch that episode I mentioned with the boghound? I have not watched that yet, no. But I think I've seen it, but I've not watched it recently, is what I mean. Do all UK stores have those carts you need to use coins to get out? No. I think the only ones that use them are Aldi and Lidl, or however you pronounce it. It's their St. Patrick's Day episode. Okay. I'm a Scot, but I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but, you know, each their own. Okay. That might be a bit too much yellow. Get down a little bit. There we go. Your snout, I feel like, is just getting lost. So, I wonder if I should make it darker. Yes, I will do that. Okay. Oh. There. The boghound is very much referencing that green mythical dog you made. The Kusith. There is a fae dog in Irish folklore that is similar to the Kusith. But I need to look that up. I don't have that on my list of mythical dogs right now. Okay, that's what you need more shadows here. You need softer shadow. So do you, your tail. You can stay hard, so That's fine. You soften that. Yeah. Okay. So currently I am working on TTRPG loosely based on Disney characters and creating some lore of the world. You got any advice for me while I work on the game? I'm not someone that's into TTRPGs, so I can't give you any feedback. More to the point, without seeing the project up to the progress that it's at, I can't really say anything. Sorry. I'm not the right person to come to about that. I just like drawing pretty things, so I'm just going to keep doing that. Congrats on getting appreciated by Tabitha St. Germain. Nika Futterman has on several occasions appreciated my art. Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen. That was strange. Why is my stream buffering? There we go. That was weird. Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen. So I tweeted back to her a picture that I did of Rarity a few years ago. Just say, thanks, Tabitha St. Germain, you really are a rarity. Yeah, she liked the drawing I posted of Norse Horse Con's mascot, Saga. The new Brony convention that's taking place in Denmark. I'm in their Discord server and, showing them support. I hope it goes well. Anyway, I tweeted out the drawing I did of Saga, and then 40 odd other people liked it, and then Tabitha St. Germain liked it, and I'm like, what? Excuse me? That was, yeah. Scary Godmother. Yeah, I've never seen Scary Godmother. I missed out on a lot of stuff growing up, guys. Okay, so now we can make these a bit... Have you ever said... What? Have you ever said Mary's height and weight before? No, but I like to think that Maddie is maybe 4 feet tall, so that would mean that Mary is maybe just under 6. So she is tall. Weight? Maybe 127? I don't know. It's not really something I've given much thought into, to be honest with you. You have to be extremely talented to get a compliment by... It wasn't a compliment, they just liked my tweet. But someone who voiced the element of generosity in The Princess of Night, you're very lucky. She is, I'm not diminishing her work by any means, but she is simply another human being. So, it's nice. But I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, Senpai noticed me. But it was just an unexpected thing to happen. So, I mean, it's nice, but it's like I've met a lot of celebrities in my life, and it's like the constant reminding that I have to give myself, look, they are just another person. They just have a really cool job. So, just approach them like you would any other person. A lot of the times I've managed to do that, just talk to them like they're a normal person. But a couple of weeks ago I was at Mad Monster Expo, and my favourite actor on the planet was there as a guest, Doug Jones, and I lost my mind. I melted into the floor. I got to the front of the line, and I could not talk. And this person is such a sweetheart. He took my hands in his and said, "Hello, my name is Doug. What's your name?" And I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just really nervous. So, so that was the only time I had a proper like embarrassing fangirl moment. Nipping this in the bud again, I appreciate that people watch TF2, and yes, I'm in it, but it's not my project, so if you're coming here to ask questions about TF2, you're in the wrong place. So let's veer away from that topic, please. If you want to know more about TF2, ask the people that actually make it. I just provide voices, that's it. Sorry. I appreciate the support, but I'd like to talk about my content that I make myself and not, like, someone else's content that I've made a small contribution to. Thank you. Okay. You may be drawing a mythical dog, but my cat is demanding attention again, so I shall give the pets. Yes. Doug Jones is also the only person so far that we've permitted to pet our service dog. He didn't ask, but he was asking questions about him, and then we were like, you know what? Yeah, you can pet him. So I kind of had to turn away when that happened because I was getting emotional because I'm like, how many people can say the following sentence? My favorite actor pet my dog. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Yeah, anyway, I can gush about Doug Jones forever, but yeah. Let's see, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna make his eyes glow. How am I gonna do that? We could just make it simple, just do that. I mean, that works, but it's a bit bright. Is that too bright? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, if we just bring the white down just a little bit. Oh, hello. Excuse me. It's subtle, so yeah, that works. Okay. I think like I've met Will Wheaton, Tate Donovan, Richard Horvitz, John Delancey, Andrew Libman, I've met so many, but oh my god, Lauren Faust, of course. Sarah Richard is not exactly a big name celebrity, but she's a big name to me. So, yeah, she's like my favorite, one of my favorite illustrators ever. And I had the privilege of meeting her and we formed a friendship, so that's nice. My dinner gave me the burps. I didn't have dinner today, I wasn't hungry. I had a big lunch, so I'll probably have a snack before bed. You know, sometimes if your body's telling you, hey, I'm not hungry, don't eat. Don't be stupid about it, but, you know, like, if you're not hungry, don't force yourself to eat. I'll just have a bowl of cereal before bed or something. Is that weird that I eat cereal like when it's not breakfast time? Is that weird? I don't know. I don't think it's weird. Let's make a new layer here. Because we are going to give this guy a little bit more. Oops, that's too bright. Bring that down. There we go. We didn't give the other dogs this much detail, but because this guy is a bit more shaggy, I want to imply more texture in his fur than the other dogs got. Your mum does it all the time. Okay, that's the comfort. I'm not the only one. Yes. Okay. Good. I laugh at my husband when he pours cereal. He doesn't put it in a bowl. He puts it in a Tupperware box. So it's this massive container of cereal. I love my hubby. He's so silly. There we go. I think that's a good look for him. Okay. Alright, so I have Thastral Gabilgi. Okay. Let's... Okay. I don't need this stuff right here. Okay. Do I need that? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah. Black shark. Don't need you. That is the text for them. Okay, delete. This has been the blurb for where is he? I've lost him. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay. We put together then. Wilgie. So shrink you down. About that. Human is... I mean, I can see you. I'm looking right at you, but with the filing system I have, which is non-existent, I can't actually see where you are. Okay, you're in group 5. Okay, so where are you? There you are. Okay. Welcome back, Pretzel 2. So, if memory serves, they said he was a horse size, so that's maybe slightly smaller. Okay, that works. There. Black Chuck. There he is. Okay. And we need text layer, which is where it's gone. What are your views on the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights? Love it. My favorite Mel Brooks movie is Blazing Saddles. That's my favorite. But Men in Tights is still pretty good too. I actually was, this is a few years ago, I was in Nottingham for a Brony convention, UK PonyCon, and we had a free day, so we went thrifting, and I found Robin Hood Men in Tights in a thrift store. So I was like, dude, I'm in Nottingham and I found Robin Hood Men in Tights. So then we just went around Nottingham taking pictures of places with Robin Hood with the DVD as well. Like, just being silly. Because the place we were staying in wasn't actually that far from the Robin Hood statue. What do you think of them doing a Spaceballs 2? Really excited about it. Spaceballs 2, the search for more money. I love it. It's like, yay, more cake. This is essentially. I'm gonna move the watermark over here. Black shark, you're down here somewhere. There you are. Okay, moving you over back here. Human, your companion is somewhere. There you are. Because you need to be on the same level. It's like, I'm here for scale. What is that black dot right above his head? Where is that? There it is. Found it. Okay. Oh, I just hope it's good. I still haven't seen History of the World Part 2. I haven't seen History of the World either. Is it being made by the same upper staff? Mel Brooks is still directing it, and he's like in his late 90s. Or at least coming out of retirement to replay his role. I know he's heavily involved in it anyway. Very excited for this movie. Black Shark, you need a description. English folklore. So I need a map of the UK highlighting England. I will get that in a moment. I'm just going to copy this over from Wikipedia just to keep things simple. Okay. Old Shock. Yeah, that's what Blissy said earlier. Old Shock. So I was wrong. It is Old Shock. Okay. So it's called Shuck or Shock. I'll need to tell her that. Don't need this. I don't like that the tail and the human intersect each other. I don't like that. then we can have the map. Okay, map. Highlight England. Now the problem is that, unfortunately, the education system sucks, and a lot of the times when you type in UK map with England highlighted, it just highlights the entire landmass of the UK, and that really pisses me off. Because that's wrong. Because a lot of people mistake the UK is England. And I'm like, no. England is part of the UK. It's not all of it. Here we go. That's England. Highlighted in red. Okay. That works. I like that. How are you doing? Loved your K-pop video. Thanks for watching. I worked really hard on that. I'm glad it's finally up and it's doing okay. It's doing well. I don't think I'm able to keep up the momentum of posting a video every week. But if I can get 2 videos out a month, then I think that's a realistic goal. I may be able to get out more videos next month because I don't have any conventions to go to next month. But we shall see, because commission orders do take up a lot of my time. Okay, so Black Shook is done. He needs a shadow underneath him. You're such a hard worker and I admire that. Well, I try. I think I have a problem and that I'm a workaholic. I just want to work all the time. I don't know how to relax. It's something that my hubby is trying to teach me. But I do appreciate people pointing out that I do work hard, so thank you. I'm glad that it doesn't go unnoticed. There we go. Do I really need that watermark to be so big? Probably not, but eh. We need to sign it. Okay, signing now. There. In English folklore, Black Shuck, Old Shock, or simply Shuck is the name given to a ghostly black dog, which is said to roam the coastline and countryside of East Anglia, one of many such black dogs recorded in folklore across the British Isles. Black Shuck form part of the folklore of Norfolk or Suffolk, or the Cambridgeshire Fens and Essex, and descriptions of the creature's appearance and nature vary considerably. It is sometimes recorded as an omen of death, but in other instances is described as companionable. There you go. I can relate to Zoe and a bit to Rumi because I had a similar issue where I was afraid my mum would despise my liking for MLP, but I'm glad over time she grew to accept it. There are worse things. Black Shark. Save. There we go. Black Shark. So I got that done a lot faster than expected. We have 10 minutes left. So I'm open for answering questions. Well, I've been answering questions anyway, but like, you have my undivided attention now because I'm not drawing anymore. Mm. That's really good soda. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper blackberry flavour. Not sponsored. It's just really damn good soda. I like it. Alright. Let's see. We can Instagram. Yeah, we bought like 2 crates full of Dr. Pepper soda that was like different flavours. One was blackberry and one was not strawberry. I can't remember what the other one was, but the blackberry one's really good. Patreon first. That's not a question, Frost. That's a compliment. You know how I feel about compliments. You're an asshole. Wow. Okay, so apparently when I thought I posted the dogs I've been doing on Patreon. I guess I didn't. Meanwhile, I'm drinking my favourite Mountain Dew. Ooh, my hubby likes Mountain Dew. Have you ever done self-portrait? Yes, because I studied contemporary fine art, and one of the main things to do was self-portraits. I hate drawing myself. And no, you're not. I'm not going to show them either. I hate drawing myself. I hate it. I don't even like when it wasn't something I enjoyed doing. How is this not? Did I not post any of my mythical dogs on my Patreon? Am I going insane? Posts. No, I didn't. Wow. Okay. Well, there's no point posting them now. I might as well just... I honestly thought I did. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it comes from an old Latin word that means it means ghostly black dog. That's stupid. I could have sworn I've been posting them on my Patreon. That's stupid. Okay. Whatever. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5 of the Mythical Dogs series. So we have one more after this. That's not all the mythical dogs understand. That's just all that I want to do. Type. Not click, because I'm typing stuff, but yeah. I have a mechanical keyboard, so sue me. It's loud. I like it loud. I also have a fidget toy that might be making noises. There. Black chick. Okay, let's see. Instagram next, and then I will call it a day. Check. Maddie, have you heard of this show from the 2000 called Total Drama Island? Yes. I've watched Total Drama Island, I've watched them all. They were fun. Didn't really like the art style all that much, but I like Clerks, so that's the only reason why I watched it, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a fan of Clerks, so yeah. It was good. I liked it. Also, just throwing it out there, I used to really like Baroque because it was so dramatic and balanced, light and dark, but I've grown fond of Art Nouveau. I don't care much for Cubism. Okay. I'm not sure what the American football season has to do with anything, but okay. I like Surrealism, Art Nouveau, Art Deco, Dadaism, all that wonderful stuff. As they say, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. Sorry. This is my favourite joke from Beauty and the Beast. The art nerd in me enjoyed that. If it's not Baroque, don't fix it. Yeah, what does the American football season have to do with anything? Did someone mention football or something, or did I mention football? Did we see a football ad or something? I have no clue. why that's being brought up, but okay. But you said especially since, so it was like it was a continuation of a previous topic. That's what I'm confused about. Why did you bring it up? Weird. Alright, whatever. We are going to end the stream shortly because I'm tired and I need food. But we have one more mythical. I keep almost saying hellhounds. They're not hellhounds. I'm calling them mythical dogs. Hellhounds are a completely different creature altogether. Alrighty, retro gamer. See you later. We are ending things anyway, but yes. I have no idea what I'm going to eat. No, I'm good. I'm not actually that hungry, but I know if I don't eat now, I'll wake up through the night hungry, so I need to... It's not a good idea to eat right before going to bed. But, yeah, I have to because I didn't really eat earlier. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we'll make streaming a weekly thing. I might post a poll on my Patreon or in my Discord server for what the next video is going to be about, because I have two ideas and I'm torn between them. There's a video I want to make about the Disney Hercules episode Complex Electra, and I wanted the video to mainly be about conformism. Because there's a lot of stuff in there where Hercules struggles with conforming or changing himself just to be liked by someone, and I know that's a very like after school special topic, but like how it's dealt with in that episode really intrigues me, so I would like to make a video about it. Another idea I have is a cartoon series that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, Buzz Lightyear Star Command. And a few people on my server suggested talking about why it's not on Disney Plus, and I'm like, I will probably mention why it's in a video, but I don't want to make an entire video about that very thing. I would much rather... I have an unwritten rule now that when I make videos, it has to be for a personal reason. It can't just be like... It can't be fan theory. It can't be just, like, relaying factoids. It has to mean something to me. It has to connect to me as a person. And it's a very touchy topic. It's about the episode Supernova. And it's the episode where Mira gets essentially addicted to charging herself with energy. Because she's a Tangian, so she can, like, ghost through things, including power sources. And in that episode, she hadn't ghosted through a power source before, so she absorbed the power. And then she got addicted to that power. So the episode was discussing... It was kind of about addiction, but I think it was more about being... so obsessed with well, essentially she has superpowers in that episode, so she becomes mad with power. So yeah, I don't know, that those two ideas right there, you know, either a video about conformism or addiction, that is a working title. I don't want to call the video that, but something along those lines. I'll probably post a poll on Twitter or on my Patreon so that people can help me decide. I mean, I might make both videos anyway, but it's more to do with what video should be next. And those are two ideas I've had rolling around in my brain the last couple of months, so I'd be interested to know what people want, to see if that influences the order, or whether or not I make a video about Supernova. I think that's the episode's name. There's also another episode from Buzz Lightyear that I really enjoy called Stress Test. That might be a good one to make a video about as well. That's probably my second favourite episode ever of that show. Because Buzz just, he gets so stressed out, he gets so disillusioned. It's kind of funny. Alright, I'm going to sign off now, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And as always, put your shopping cart away, wear your seatbelt, wash your hands, hold doors open for people, you know, all that wonderful stuff. Just be excellent to each other. The world is a very difficult place right now, I know, but, you know, the best thing we can do is to put beauty back into the world. So, yeah, just be good to each other. Alright, good night, guys. I'm Mad Munchkin, stay creative and all that nonsense. Good night.